So, I'd like to discuss the Actually Autistic movement. For our listeners who are not familiar, could you describe what it is?
Okay, well, it's really difficult to define, but to put it simply, the Actually Autistic movement is a movement in the autistic community it's really, really, I wouldn't say radical, but there are radical members in it. And it's composed of people like us, and we want to be seen. We want to be respected for who we are as an autistic person. Like, I would say I'm part of it, and I don't want to be defined by the stereotypical portrayals of autism that are very common. So I would say that actually autistic is whatever you want it to be. For example, people tell me, "Oh, you don't look autistic." So I would respond, "No, I'm actually autistic."
Hmm.
So we just want to be respected. We want neurotypicals to listen to what we have to say.
Yeah, and it's interesting when we think about how labels change our perspectives about people. A neurotypical person who might not pick up on social cues well, or who might make inappropriate comments, might be thought of as weird or awkward. And someone with an autism diagnosis who does those things would be excused or forgiven because of their autism. What do you think about that?
I still don't think that's fair because it's kind of a subtle form of segregation. I've experienced that all the time when people know I have autism and I do something weird or have a weird behavior they don't like. They say, "Oh, well, she has autism, that's expected." But then someone who just is acting weird, maybe they have a drug problem or something's going on at home and they don't have a disability. "Oh, well, get back to work. You're behaving weird. You're stupid." Well, I do not like that. What happened to equality? I mean, think about it. What if I stole something? "Oh, she's autistic. That's fine." I don't like that. It's like you're separating us into a room based on our mental state.
Could you explain what some of the radicals in the Actually Autistic movement think?
Well, I like to think positive, but sometimes you just gotta address things. I have been contacted, I guess, by these radicals basically my whole career as a self advocate, and they like to think a lot of things. I've gotten comments like, "We need to build an ethno state that is comprised of only autistic people, and the neurotypicals need to be, taken out." And there's other things like, "Oh, neurotypicals are the downfall of everything." Well, hey, what about your parents? They're neurotypical. I don't know. I just like to think about that stuff because if you're I mean, you can think about whatever you want, but at the end of the day, you're bullying other people. Nobody wants to get on board with a movement that has people who are mean to each other, or if they're attacking others like that. I don't know. I wouldn't do it.
Hmm.
But I still think we need to respect each other.
I think, to your point, it's further segregating the population.
Yes. I think that it's also segregating the spectrum because, I mean, I'm fine. I'm part of the Actually Autistic movement. I'm all for us having a voice. We need to be listened to. But with the thing that there's this whole thing like red instead, light it up blue, light it up gold. I think that that's only dividing us.
You've been watching Autism Knows No Borders. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Also, we'd love to hear from you, so let us know what you think in the comments section. Click here to watch this interview in its entirety. You can also find us on your favorite podcast app. Tune in each week for engaging conversations of how people across the globe are inspiring change and building community. Thanks for watching. Take care.